here's a segment we're going to call Let's Get Out There. All right, so again, there's no basketball NBA games. There's WNBA, and that'll be a part of this. There's no NBA right now. There's no NFL right now. There's no, hockey right now. Now, you can bet on markets and stuff like that, and we could do that at other times. But if you want, live game action and you're trying to find things, Ariel has got you covered. So Ariel and I have known each other for many years. We follow each other on Instagram as well. So I love when you post things, and I'm like, huh, really? So you posted the other day that you're in on lacrosse betting now. Discuss, how did that happen?
Premier Lacrosse is growing. I have been asked the last couple of years to do it, and last year my good friend Kelly in Vegas got involved with it. She said it was a ton of fun. There's also it's an easy sport to attack betting wise. Kelly's like, I made a ton of money off betting lacrosse. It's small market. The books aren't paying as heavy attention to it. Of course, you're going to be limited to some capacity, but it is a very winnable sport, Keith. Just looking at trends, looking at, oh, this trend happened, so now the total seems a little fishy because, let's say, like tonight, the New York Atlas are taking on the Utah Archers. 23.5 is one of the lowest totals that these two have had, and the under has hit in 6 of the last 7 matchups. Even the last time that the total was even lower than this, back in 2020, the match went under. So you look at these numbers, and it's not like baseball and football and basketball, where there's a reason the book has booked it this low. A lot of the times when it's fishy looking, it typically means, continue to bet the under. So I like looking at trends in lacrosse, and it just kind of works out.
So here's another thing. All right, so we see this especially, let's say, like college basketball, right? If you are betting on a smaller conference, there are edges to find. Is that how you kind of feel about this? That there are the edges in this because it's a market that people just isn't tapping into that often?
Absolutely. If you know what to look for in Premier Lacrosse, it's exactly like betting some kind of mid-major in college basketball. You could find all these edges, and I've been doing it with props. The props started off a little wonky the first 2 weeks, but the last couple of weeks, the props have done really well. We're on a 6-2 run. And like Kelly even said in her video.
I'm interrupting you. What props? What are the props that we can bet on? What do you like?
We bet a lot of over 1.5 points or under 3.5 points. Okay. There are certain players, for example, I'm going to pull up, there's an injury report that just came out. And I was looking at one of the players that's potentially Jeff Teat. He is the one, under 4.5 points. It got pretty juiced, but he popped up on the injury report this week. So if he goes, he's not going to be 100%. He'll be playing a team that's gone 3-1 to the under this year because their time of possession on offense is pretty strong, coming off an 8-point performance. But before that, he had 1, 6, 1 point. He's been really inconsistent this year. I know it's scary, but with the risk of injury and the inconsistency, you could find a lot of these good markets for someone like an under 4.5 points. Last week, we took an under 3.5 points. That's typically the market that I'd be attacking, is those points markets. And you could get the Cannons and the Chaos tomorrow under 1.5, 2-point goals. Those kinds of prop markets I just feel are the best because, the books are going to look at the spread, the total, the money line. Now we're going to dive into props. I mean, I found a new guy, Jared Bernhardt, who was crushing last week, and we had the over on his points. So I'm becoming a new fan of all these different lacrosse players that I never thought that I would be rooting for.
I like it. I'm looking at some of the save props, McNaney and Ireland. Save props, McNaney is set at 13.5 in the Denver Outlaws, California Redwoods game. Ireland is set at 12.5. I wish that we had ground balls. Hopefully this market continues to grow and we could start having ground ball props because, again, as a father of 2 kids who used to play defense in lacrosse, ground balls are crucial. And if you don't have possession of the ball, then you can't get shots. So I think that would be fun. All right,
it's so we're going too because these games tonight are so late, and I decided that after about 6 straight days of drinking, I should stay home tonight and lock myself in my apartment. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to be watching these games games that start 9 p.m. Eastern is Denver, California, and then 11:30 p.m. Eastern is the New York Atlas and the Utah Archers, and everything's on ESPN+. So I'm going to be watching all these tonight. I know that my girl Kelly in Vegas loves Denver. It's the first time that California is favored in this matchup. Denver's 2-1 against the spread. And listen, if they're going to favor Cal for the first time in 4 meetings, but Denver has really had California's number, I'm going to go take Denver on the money line with Kelly. But underdogs, Keith, underdogs have been crushing it. They are 13-3 against the spread to start the Premier Lacrosse season. So if you like to bet dogs, go barking in Premier Lacrosse.
Love it. This is cool. All right, so you're fine. So finally, we're going Outlaws money line. And what did you pick in the Archers Atlas game? What was the final pick?
My best bet is the Atlas and Archers under.